I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, and then I muted my phone, so I was like, well, maybe I don't know what happened. There's that.
You're just sitting there waiting for me.
Okay.
Like maybe Scott got stuck somewhere in the house.
Yeah, so I thought I was like, maybe his computer, maybe he's got going on like Ricky. I can kind of hear myself coming back.
Emily had they had no heat today at the school. So
gosh.
And like they emailed her like at like 6:55 or no, like 7 something. Like we're on the way to school basically. And like they didn't email the parents until later. And then like an hour and 20 minutes in the school, they're like, yeah, we're canceling school today because of no heat. So then like I had to go back and like pick her up. It was just a pain in the neck. Yeah.
Oh man. How cold is it there?
This is like, man, this is when I wish you had your license and drove.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's 40 degrees right now. Like, and I asked her, like, was it even cold in there? She's like, no, not really. But whatever.
Yeah, still, it would probably get a little chilly, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. But she said, like, with all the bodies in the classrooms and, like, people were wearing coats and stuff, like, she said it really wasn't that bad. But,
it's a game changer once they start driving, dude. Because, like, Mallory comes home from school now, I don't have to worry about it. And then she's like, she drives.
It's just weird for us because we live, like, less than a mile from the school. So, like, we're driving that way anyway. You know, and like her grandpa like loves picking her up because like he's got nothing to do all day, you know, like because like Emily's grandma works, like, so he's just this is Elizabeth's dad, like he's just sitting around like and like that's like the highlight of his day basically is picking up Emily, you know. So like, but for instances like this, man, it'd be so good.
See, we don't have anybody standing by, so that would be cool if we had. See, I keep hearing myself. Is that me? Is that you?
Am I doing something?
Are your speakers on maybe somewhere?
I don't think so. I'm plugged in to a mic.
I know. I hear. I think I'm
hearing it.
Like a little bit, just a little.
Oh, I heard something there.
Kind of. Hang on. Now I don't think I hear it. I think it went away. It's gone.
Well, what about when I talked?
It was me.
Oh,
it was me coming back just slightly.
Interesting.
I still kind of hear it.
Interesting.
Test. Maybe it's gone. Oh, good. We do need some Is This Romantics? There we go. Perfect. Oh man. I did order my flowers today. So I'm covered. But see,
I don't do stuff. We don't do stuff like that. Like,
dude, you have to, because my wife works in an elementary school and like it's all ladies. So like, I don't want my wife being the only lady in the school that doesn't get flowers. You know what I'm saying? Like that wouldn't be good.
Wow.
And so, but the thing is, like they always say they'll be delivered by 6, but like she leaves at 4, and so I got to put it in big bold letters. Please deliver by, and I always put like 1:30, right? Because it gives like an hour and a half, before school gets dismissed. So it makes me nervous, but it's always happened okay. But I'm always like, oh, anyway. All right, so here's the plan, everybody. We do need some Is This Romantics because it's just Scott and I. Ricky's little baby Lucy got sick today, so she got called out at the last minute, couldn't make it. Pam Forrester living her best life down in Florida. I don't know which resort she's at this week.
She's still in Florida. Is she doing like I'm living in Walt Disney World for the month of February thing again?
She is.
Dude, I had the weird delay thing happening. I hate it when it does this.
I know, now you do have the delay. Because you were like talking, you're like a ventriloquist that time. But your audio is still fine, which is,
I know, but it's weird. Like I almost want to come back in.
Well, go ahead real quick.
I'm gonna come back in.
Okay. So yeah, if you have Is This Romantic like we do for Valentine's Day? I know it's the stupidest bit that we have to do every year at this point. Put it in there. And that's my dinner. I mean, Scott and I are judging, so it's steak, rolls, baked potatoes. What do you think we're gonna say?
I think it's still. We'll see.
You weren't even in yet. What's up, Dr. Young? We see you, and I saw you. I saw a picture on Instagram, I think, with your bands that you made, and you had a second one on your wrist there from another podcast. That was very cool. Okay, so let's get cracking here, and
just don't look at me. Just listen to my words because they're not going to sync up.
Normally, I don't because I'm trying to read everything. I had all these screens up, so Now I'm going to be totally messed up because we're doing this in order. So this would be Wednesday's show, and it's Valentine's Day. And
I should load up some Walt Disney World menus, though, right?
Yeah, I should probably do that too. So I'm going to the. I guess I'll go to the Mouse for Less. You know, those are kind of like wordy, but I'll see.
Yeah, I'm just using the website.
I'll look and see. Let's see dining menus. Man, my stomach's making all kinds of noise. I'm hungry. Oh, go to Animal Kingdom. I click on that. Resort. I'm going to go to resort. Okay. Yeah, this will be fun. Okay, yeah, this will work. This will be a good bit. Okay. Oh wait, I gotta hit this over here. I gotta tweet that we're on the air. Okay, here we go. This is 24:36. And I'm gonna. So you don't have. If you want to join me, I'd love to have you. But this is like above and beyond. So I'm not doing obviously Wednesday nights when I record my Monday shows, like trip report shows. But since it's Valentine's Day, I didn't schedule anybody because I didn't want to ask any guests to like record on Valentine's Day. So Thursday night, I'm going to do a call-in show, and that's going to be the show I put out on Monday instead of a trip report show.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do one at 7:00 or maybe even a little bit later because I'm going to probably go out and get dinner first. But Thursday night, I'll do a call-in show and like put that out on Monday. So if you want to like do an hour of a call-in show with me, that'd be awesome. But if you don't have to.
Yeah, I can do that. Hopefully, I won't have a 15-second delay like I am today, though.
It's fine, dude. Don't worry. Just don't look at yourself.
I can't look at
it. Do you see it on your end though? Because is it local?
Like, yeah, I see it. So wonder if I can I turn my camera off, or that would that just be too weird? I wonder.
No, I'll leave your camera on.
But let's just see how it is. What does it look like?
Now you're just a dot.
Yeah, now I'm just a dot, but the audio looks good. But maybe this will reset it. Now, maybe if I show my camera, it'll be good now. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Nope. Sometimes it fixes itself. I don't know why it's doing this.
It's the same computer you always use?
Yeah, it's the same one I always use.
Huh. Maybe it has, maybe you're, I don't know.
Oh, see, now it's better. It's weird.
It's too many people in your neighborhood watching, watching, I don't know, what's the big show? Like replays of the Super Bowl.
Something. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. 2436. Welcome to episode 2436 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rahman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Wednesday to you and happy Valentine's Day to all of our listeners out there. Hope you are having a great day already and going to have a great Valentine's. Get out there with your significant other. And if you're flying solo this Valentine's Day, remember, take care of yourself. Get out there, buy yourself that pack of Reese's peanut butter cups. Go out to your favorite restaurant. Remember, it doesn't have to be fancy. I love Taco Bell. You know, yo quiero Taco Bell. I think I actually have that on the board somewhere. So just whatever makes you happy today, celebrate yourself if you have to. Celebrate with those you love. You know, take your kids out. You know, go out. You find your parents, whatever. Just do something that makes you happy. Celebrate those that make you happy. Be with your friends, your family, and just have a great day. Today, this is going to be a different kind of show because on Wednesdays, you normally do listener questions. We're going to push those back to Friday. We're going to flip-flop today. And we are going to bring a couple of Is This Romantics that were submitted. And, you know, because that's kind of a tradition here on the show. But this year, Pam and Rikki couldn't make it because of circumstances. So this is going to be a little while. We got this Is This Romantic 2024 with Mike and Scott. So look out. Here it comes. Scotty G joining me from up in Michigan. Scott, what's going on? Happy Valentine's Day, bro.
Happy Valentine's Day to you, Mike. I apologize if the ratings drop after today's episode.
It's going to be rough.
It's going to be rough. I don't know. Like, we've survived. Like, I'm about to, next year I'll be having like 20 years of dating Elizabeth, 15 years of marriage. You know, like, I've been around a little bit now. You know, I'm 40, so I think I have a little bit experience in the romance category.
I gotta say, and I'm not trying to like toot our own horn or anything, but I think you and I kind of two of the more romantic dudes in the Disney community. I mean, I think our wives are pretty lucky if you all things considered.
Absolutely. I mean, they might tell us that we're actually the lucky ones, but you know what? What I often say is that if you're at the casino and you're playing blackjack, there's a tie to this, trust me. And you're having a bad night. I always say, at least I'm lucky in love, but I'm unlucky in cards. I'd rather be lucky in love than lucky in cards.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I gotta say, just like I'm sure you will hear in a second, happy Valentine's Day to my wife, because I definitely married up, way out of my league, and still can't believe she said yes almost 18 years ago. So thank you to that. Blessings for that, and just very lucky for what I have. I mean, look what I get to do. I get to do a podcast. I mean, she lets me nerd out, and she lets me have a podcast studio in my basement. I mean, come on now. I mean that, I get to like go run she tells me, go do your podcast, go talk to your little podcast people. Like, it's like, she's a saint,
Yeah.
She puts up with this. Because I know she doesn't want me to keep talking to her about Disney all the time. She's like, just go talk in your microphone. I'm sure people, and she didn't, at first I know she thought, almost 16 years ago, she didn't think anybody listened. But now that she's actually seen people walk up, to meet us at the parks, like she has to see that people actually do listen. But it's a blessing. Yeah. I love you, Pam.
It's those small steps to building a foundation for a marriage and a relationship. So a little quick story on our wedding day. So like we put a wedding together really quick. It really wasn't planned, like it was just like end of the year, like Liz is falling off her parents' insurance, basically. So let's get on mine. So let's get married, kind of a deal. But we still wanted to be nice. So we got married at the Michigan State Alumni Chapel on campus. We went to the nice conference center in town, but didn't have that much money. And didn't invite that many people, but the meal was chicken. Like, we're just going to do chicken for everybody. It was the cheapest option. And our pastor, at the wedding, he was like one of my best friends, like dad. He talked about building this foundation, with this marriage and all this. And that night, without me knowing, Elizabeth there was a steak out there, and the steak was for me. So everyone got chicken, but she made sure that I got the nice big thing of beef and steak. And I always think that was like the first step of the foundation that we built in our relationship as a marriage, was her ordering that steak for me. Don't know why I'm telling that story. It's just something I always think about. I always think that was a very romantic, nice gesture. And that's the things that we do in our relationship. We just do those small things for each other, and that's what keeps this relationship alive.
It's just thinking about you all the way. Everybody else got the cheaper chicken, like Father of the Bride. Boom, you got the steak.
I got the steak.
Our first question, actually, in the chat, Thomas Perk, one of our great listeners, helped us out with Give Kids the World. Going to come on the show here as soon as we get all of us all back together here in the spring. He's asking, I mean, just simply put, he's one of us, right? I mean, it's like the two of us. He just says, simply put, is Yachtsman Steakhouse romantic? So he doesn't really give a scenario, but Yachtsman Steakhouse, because really, I mean, a steakhouse, like, because when we think of romance, you could think of other probably more romantic places. Is a steakhouse generally considered a place you would go for Valentine's Day to really notch up the romance? Or is this more of a, I don't know, I'm a classic place to go?
I'm a fan of Yachtsman Steakhouse. I'm going to say it is not romantic when you compare it to other signature restaurants at Walt Disney World. Maybe if it was like the only steakhouse in your town or something, I would say yes, it is romantic. But it's more so the lighting for me. I want like a darker lighting for like a romantic, something like maybe like a flying fish or a California grill or some sort. But when you compare to the options that you have at Walt Disney World, I would actually say Yachtsman Steakhouse is not romantic. Maybe not the answer everyone was looking for, but that's the route I'm going.
Yeah, I agree, because Michelle says Yachtsman has great food, but the atmosphere a little bit lacking. You're not going to get the environment. Trying to think, like you said, trying to think other examples of like really romantic. I guess like the opposite of this would be like Be Our Guest, like in the ballroom, right? You're probably getting more environment than food.
Yeah.
What are some other restaurants? Let's get into this because we don't have a lot of these scenarios where we can kind of think about this. What are some more restaurants around property where environment trumps the food for like romance, like setting? Trying to think, like California Grill kind of brings it all, right? Because you get the views of the Magic Kingdom.
I mean, that's my ultimate answer but the environment is fantastic, but
food's
it's
great.
it's on par with the food because
Yeah.
the food is outstanding too. Topolino Terrace is another one where like that environment is so great. Like, especially if you go there like during sunsets, like they have the wind, like the shade is down and then or up and then they lower it as the sun gradually goes down and then it gets dark and the food is amazing. The views are outstanding. So that's another one that I say is on that level of where the environment matches the food. That's a tricky one. I think Be Our Guest is a great example, Mike, because even though I'm going to be dining there because it's been a while since I've dined there, and we're going to dine over there over spring break actually. I think you are paying more for the environment. I think not that this is romantic, but Space 220 is another one for me where like the environment is fantastic, but the food just doesn't match that same level. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, and we're getting suggestions like the boathouse outside at night by the water. But again, these are places I would say the food matches. Like the boathouse, the food is outstanding. To me, the food is outstanding. You have lots of great options for food. So this is the whole package. Like Be Our Guest, I'm saying environment is better than the food. Boathouse, I would say totally romantic because you're getting a great meal and great environment, especially at night by the water outside on a beautiful night. Boathouse, totally agree with Tammy. Chad throws in a good option. Sit down at Flame Tree Barbecue right at Park Close by the water, especially back by Everest. That's a great counter service option, to not have to break the bank and just enjoy hopefully the birds aren't coming back there. That's not that kills.
So they've done a better job with the birds. They have like those like I don't know what you call them, but where they like distract them, where they're discouraged to come around. You see that a lot of outdoor eateries because they used to not have that at Flame Tree, because you've witnessed my daughter like have a meltdown at a young age, maybe even as an adult, like a mid-adult age, over those birds because she has a fear of birds. But yeah, Flame Tree, like kudos to them because they've actually like improved that area a lot. Not that that's what we want to talk about tonight, but
no. Michelle throws out Narcoossee's one of your favorite places. That's another. She says on point.
I mean, yeah, I think the environment matches the food there for sure. I will say it's a little bit lighter than it used to be because I talked about that dark. I think a lighting package is really important to romance, or if there's like a background loop that's playing of some sort. But Narcoossee's does have a lighter package now. It's more like a beachy vibe, like these little like sandy white colors. But still, like that's just about as nice as it gets. Same with like Citrico's at the Grand Floridian as well.
Cool.
So basically all the signatures. We're basically calling out every signature restaurant.
Well, then Alan, Dr. Young out in Anaheim throws in V&A, Victoria and Albert's breaks the bank, but the original layout was based on Lemur in Hawaii, which I don't even know what that is because right. If I fish out of water, like when I go to Palo, I've never even been to Remy on the ship. Palo is as fancy as I get. And the one time I forgot my pants, so I had to borrow some. So yeah, that's about how fancy I am. But Jessica also throws in Coral Reef. Okay, she mentions the place in the seas. That would be Coral Reef. So you recently went there. It's kind of it's a retro feel. I don't know if to me it is kind of. I would say that is a romantic feel to me, but I'm a nostalgic guy. You have to have the kind of. You got to be. I think you got to be a little bit older to kind of have a romantic feel for that.
So that's the best example that you were talking about, where I think the environment is very cool there. I don't know if it's necessarily romantic. Again, it kind of has that dark feel. I like how the seating is tiered and everything, but the food is a no-go, man. We were there on New Year's Eve, and it was just disappointing, I think, for every person in our party. But it is cool. It's cool. I mean, we were seated right on the water, the aquarium there too. So we had like one of the best seats in the house. But if you're going for like that romantic, where I feel like I want a combination of nice setting and a nice meal too, and Coral Reef, unfortunately, can't deliver that nice meal right now, Mike.
Real quick, Thomas is asking, we're going to the next one here, but does Coral Reef have good non-seafood options? His wife won't eat seafood. I feel you. My wife doesn't eat, nobody in my family eats seafood but me. They do have a steak. I mean, I know that.
Yeah, they had a prime rib, I think, on the menu. I can't remember exactly what was all. I mean, I would say it's mostly seafood, but yeah, you can get a non-seafood dish for sure, Thomas.
And Sarah, I love this. Sometimes romance is just practical. Like my wife says, the most romantic thing is like coming home to a clean house, at the end of a work day, like the dishes are out of the sink and they're clean in the dishwasher. Like she says, that's romantic. Sarah in the live chat, most romantic thing going at Walt Disney World, sitting poolside at Banana Cabana while your laundry is going. I gotta give you a bell on that one. That's good stuff. All right, back to the email here. Caitlin says, hello, Be Our Guest podcast crew. Ready to Walt Disney World in September for our daughter's first birthday and bring in the most important thing, her grandparents. We're planning to have one mom and dad night out during the trip. Which of these is most romantic? Number one, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party and wearing a couple's costume. 2, monorail bar crawl and dinner at California Grill. Or 3, Animal Kingdom Lodge, night safari, and dinner at Jico. For reference, we're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we do have a car. Thanks in advance for everything you guys do. Caitlin is in, oh my gosh, Havre de Grace, Maryland. Havre. Havre de Grace. That's a fancy name. So I'm going to eliminate number 1.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean that's cute, but okay, you took it up to a different level with 2 and 3 with California Grill, the monorail pub crawl, and then Jico and a nighttime safari at Animal Kingdom. I think those 2 are on a different level. I just think for romance, right? Do you agree?
Yeah, I 100% agree. Yeah,
it's
cute, but we got to take it off because your 2 and 3 are just so strong and just great options. Yes.
So you pick between those 2. That's what we have to do. Sometimes we got to eat. Like we have to put 3, then somebody eliminates 1.
This is your sit starter bench game right here, Mike.
Totally is.
So yeah, or trade or whatever it is. I mean, I've talked up California Grill so much already, like in the first few minutes of this episode, and I can argue the Night Safari and Jico is just about as romantic as it gets. And the benefit there is that you are staying at that resort too, which is so nice. But I'm going with the monorail crawl / California Grill. And the reason I like that is because it kind of reminds me of that the Highway in the Sky dine thing that we did a few years ago. They offered it for a limited time, and we were fortunate to be able to do it. And it was really fun, just popping in to to the lounge at the Polynesian or stopping somewhere. Like the Wave used to have a little bar area, so we popped over there at the Contemporary. It was very romantic, very cool. Like you get to try new things, see different resorts, and then you end your night at California Grill. Time it to Magic Kingdom fireworks. That's something I highly encourage. If we're talking September, you have time where you can be right there at 60 days to find the perfect time slot, so that maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours before fireworks, so that you can have a great meal, take your time, do dessert, appetizers, all those things, and then take your glass of wine or whatever your beverage is out to the terrace and watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks. That sounds like a perfect romantic night to me.
I agree, because I've never dined at California Grill, but I've been to a couple of special events that are held up there for like the agency and a couple of media things, and watching the fireworks from up top of the Contemporary is remarkable. I mean, I never realized what a view it is to see them, and also from up top of Bay Lake Tower when we've gone up there with you to see them too. It's a spectacular view for any Disney fan. If you ever get that opportunity, don't pass it up, because you're seeing them. They're kind of off center, but you're seeing them between Cinderella Castle and Space Mountain, and it's almost like seeing the Magic Kingdom is like a toy set. It's so beautiful, and you see the fireworks reflect off of Seven Seas Lagoon, and you can see the Grand Floridian and the Polynesian, and you see the monorail making its way all the way around, because you have that. It's almost like it's kind of like you get over at Topolino's, right? You must get like this God view, like you're looking down on everything, and everything looks like a toy set. It looks like what you have with your monorail under the Christmas tree. You can see the boats the ferries going back and forth, and it's such a neat perspective. It's
funny. You're like you're describing like what Elizabeth always says when we're at Narcoossee's at a different place because that one is more on the water. And Elizabeth always says, and I know you're not a Disney animation movie guy, but I know you've seen the start of every movie where it shows the castle, the monorail going around, and like the fire. Like she always says, this is the start of every Disney movie when you watch the fireworks from Narcoossee's. But you get that kind of same vibe almost from California Grill, just at a higher level. So I love what you're speaking there, Mike. It's, I mean, you can't go wrong with the Jico Night Safari too, but like I want to throw in some fireworks too, you know, just to cap off the night if you like fireworks, hopefully. So I think we're in agreement. That's the answer.
You and I get greedy too. So what I would throw in, if you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, if you can do it and you have the grandparents there, try to throw in an ADR at Jico with the grandparents on one of the other nights, and you'll get 2/3 of it. You know what I'm saying? You might not get the nighttime safari, but you know, thank the grandparents for helping out. Everybody go to Jico, and at least you'll get the dinner at Jico too. Go to California Grill,
and then maybe do a night swim afterwards, and the grandparents can watch the kid. Maybe you can go to the little pool bar out there too. So
we got you.
I mean, isn't a night swim like what? That's like an underrated romantic thing. There's been many times at Old Key West, because there's so many great quiet pools, where we've gone for a night swim at like 10 o'clock because the quiet pools are open late there, and they'll just be like us, like in the hot tub or the pool or whatever. And like it's just like a cool setting. Like we just had an awesome day, and here we are like night swimming, just like the pool to ourselves. Like it's so cool.
For clarification, us would be Scott and his wife Elizabeth, and not.
I mean, it can be us, and then I'm not talking like National Lampoon's like night, you know, where you're making up the whole resort either. You know.
Okay. Oh, we have another one here in the email. It says, "BOGP, is this romantic?" It says, "Hey, BOGP crew, is this romantic?" Let's see here. Riding around in a golf cart with your husband near the French Quarter while wrapping up a fun round of golf at Disney's Lake Buena Vista Golf Course. Dusk is approaching, and you know Splitsville's loaded cheese fries are in your future. Best, Brooke from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Mike, you take that one first. Like I feel like this is kind of up your alley. You love Splitsville.
First of all, I gotta say that because she's Tuscaloosa, she's a T-town. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. Like some people don't like sports, but I mean, you're speaking my love language. I mean, not a big golfer, but I mean, you're out there. If you're a golfer and you're finishing up a round at dusk, I mean, you've had a day on the links out there, having a good old time, and yeah, you got to say, because like I was just looking through my pictures from marathon weekend, and when we went out to Disneyland just a couple days ago. And we swung by your room when you were staying at French Quarter, and I must have taken 30 shots just from like your room of the Sassagoula River and the overlook over to the course, over to Lake Buena Vista golf course. It is so stinking beautiful just in that part of the resort. You're back in building 1, back where kind of that part of French Quarter almost links up to Old Key West. It's kind of back by where Old Key West is. It's gorgeous. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, if at dusk, that is that is just a hidden treasure part of property, because you got the tree houses are going to be around the corner there. Going to Splitsville, I mean, Dr. Young wants a Victoria and Albert's. Dude, you're talking Splitsville loaded cheese fries. Bring them on, man. That's my California Grill. Yes, that romance, 100%. Yes,
agreed. And like, not that we want to have all the Be Our Guest listeners go and take all those small amount of rooms at the French Quarter, but isn't that like the most romantic resort at Walt Disney World? I feel like, because like you got the Sassagoula, it's small, and for me, Mike, it's the jazz music that you hear like in the background loops, or sometimes live. Like don't forget Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, like you have live jazz at the resort too. It is the most romantic resort, I think, and it's a moderate. That's what's awesome about it. Like you don't have to pay crazy dollars to stay there either.
Yep, and a lot of times when you check in, you get some doubloons, you get some beads. Right now, would be an awesome time to be there because it's Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
right.
And it's Valentine's Day, so you got Mardi Gras and you got the most romantic day of the year.
Oh man, send me some beignets ASAP right now to the studio. That's what I need, and a king cake. And if I get the baby, I'll buy for everybody next time. Or I think that's how
I'll do without the king cake. I feel like I don't know.
It's a cake. I mean, I don't even know. I've had a couple because they always brought them into school. I can put them in the teacher's lounge, and because like St. Louis has big Mardi Gras celebrations. I'm not Catholic, so I didn't really get it, but cake. I didn't care. Like the one time I didn't even know, and I actually got the baby, and I didn't even know like the whole tradition of it, and like almost choked. Like nobody told me. Like I was like hungry, and I just started eating the thing, and I'm like, there's something in here. It's, yeah, they got to warn you. They should put like a warning on that. Okay, so also we're gonna switch gears because we have that's our is this romantic questions that have been posed to us. If anybody has any in the live chat, throw those in and we'll get those to you before. But a couple things. We had a couple of cheer dads this week that had their daughters cheering down at Walt Disney World that brought home some hardware. So listener JD and his daughter and her squad brought home a very nice I think they won or got a high level title, and listener Scott and his school also down at Walt Disney World this past weekend, their school did very well. So congratulations to both listeners. They were down there on Super Bowl Sunday, and God bless you for being at a cheer competition on Super Bowl Sunday at Walt Disney World. You guys are saints, and that is awesome. So we're super proud of you and your schools, and enjoy those memories that you made forever. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. The romance continues. The romance, the bromance, whatever you call it. So here's what we're going to have for the remainder of today's show. We thought you might enjoy this. So Scott and I go to all the races together, right? We do this all the time. We go to Marathon Weekend. We go to Disneyland. We run all kinds of races together. We vacation together. We cruise together. We do all these trips together. We've had so many meals together. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to pick a restaurant at Walt Disney World, probably one that we've dined at before together, which we've dined at most together. And we're going to try to pick from the menu what we think the other would order from that menu using our prior knowledge. So, for example, we'll see how this goes. I just came up with this idea this afternoon. We'll see how this works. So this might be a game you play with your significant other tonight, because you obviously vacation with your significant other. So maybe while you're at a Cracker Barrel tonight, if you're fancy going out to eat, or Applebee's. Applebee's had that $200 deal where you could dine like once a week for the whole year. I don't know if you guys got that or not.
$200?
You didn't see that? It was like
I did not.
It was on social media. You get this pass for $200. You could get like a date night thing for like once a week for I think a whole year. I don't know if it was real or not. Maybe not. Okay, so here's where we're going. We're going to go, because we did this before in the past. One year in 2017, we both stayed at the Boardwalk for Marathon Weekend, right? And we've talked about this on the show. We went to Trattoria Al Forno like all the time. The restaurant must have been pretty new back then. We went there for breakfast a lot. But so pull that one up. Pull Trattoria Al Forno.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Pull it up. Okay, so pull it up for dinner. We're going to go there for dinner. All right. So I got to decide what I think you would have for dinner out of the dinner menu. So I'm trying to pull it up. This
is romantic. So this is I'm already really enjoying this. I'm excited that you and I are going to have this nice meal together on the Boardwalk of all places.
Yeah, I know, we're going to the Boardwalk here. So now, okay, so we're here. And I'm trying to see here from the Trattoria, because we got pasta up here for Valentine's Day. So I'm looking at the menu here, and I'm not gonna look at there's too many beverages, but I'm just gonna look. Am I on the dinner menu? I think I'm on breakfast. Oh, here it is, dinner. So for an appetizer, I'm looking and thinking, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'm trying to think. You would probably get. My problem is I can't read half this stuff because it's all fancy. What you get? Right. You always get the big cheese thing, the big cheese ball. Is that not? Is this the
place? Oh, the arancini?
Is that? I'm trying to think what that is. But you also get the charcuterie board, which I got to hit the bell.
I like that. I like that too.
But what's that cheese thing called on here?
I'm trying to load up the menu still, so I apologize.
That's okay. But then I'm more going for entrees, but I was just looking at the appetizers because they look good here.
Oh yeah, I mean, if we're going out for a romantic meal, Mike, I'm getting an appetizer, and especially if you're buying, I'm getting an appetizer, a cocktail, an entree, and a dessert. I'm doing it all today.
But I was thinking, because if we're going to there, you're going to get an appetizer, and I'm thinking it's that cheese ball. but I can't remember what it because everything's got that fancy name here. So
Just getting to there's a lot of restaurants at Walt Disney World. If you open up like just all the dining, it takes like 7 to 8 scrolls for me to finally get there. So I'm almost there, about to view the menu. So apologize. This is live podcasting for you.
I
Right?
know. I went to the Mouse for Less and just clicked on it. So I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't know if bruschetta is bruschetta cheese. I'm so bad at this. I don't know what cheese is. I know. So you would get a charcuterie board. I know you'd have that, like for the table. That's your thing for the table.
I like things for the table, but you're missing something on there that I would do instead of instead of like a traditional appetizer on the menu. I would actually order something different.
Well, you would get a pizza. You would get a pizza for the table.
Yes, that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So you would probably get the margarita pizza, is what I'm guessing.
You're absolutely right. Like
you like that
we've done before. Me and Wade shared a table there for dinner once, and we ordered that for our table.
It was good. Okay, so we'd have a margarita pizza, probably that charcuterie board. This is gonna be a big bill, and that cheese ball. But for your entree, I'm looking at the entrees just for the sake of time. Man, it's kind of hard though because they got steaks, they have swordfish, shrimp, lasagna, chicken parm, plant-based bolognese, and I don't even know what ganache is.
It's a good menu, man. I'm getting hungry.
This is killing me because I
hope we can reenact this.
I know, seriously. I would say you're gonna get the steak Florentine. What would you pick if you like this? So this is what the exercise is. If we're going there right now, I'm gonna guess. And what would you get? I would say you get the steak Florentine.
If we're going there right now, I think I'm gonna do the chicken parmesan, the breaded parmesan.
That's good.
Because it's more like, it's more like an Italian restaurant, and like my mind just instantly goes to like pastas.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean I can't get a steak there either. Like I love getting the steak at Mama Melrose. That's what I always get there.
True.
But I really I think I would go the chicken parmesan. But I'm not mad about your order here. I like what you're getting me, Mike. So I appreciate it. If you want to give me the steak, go ahead and give me the steak. I'm gonna eat it.
I was just trying to guess what. Well, okay, so now I really don't usually even get it. Okay, what do you think I would get here?
Okay, so the server comes to our table, and I'm gonna say, "Pardon me, but I'm ordering for my friend tonight."
Yep.
I don't know if you would go this route, but you say often like, "Oh, my family doesn't like seafood. I can never get seafood things."
Yep.
So, and this isn't very like seafoody, but I think you would go with the calamari tonight.
Ooh, I don't think I've had that, but I'd try it.
Would you try it?
Yeah, I probably would.
When I look at these, I know you like a salad too. So like, I think the salad is a safe choice for you. Yep. But I'm feeling the calamari for some reason on this evening.
I might. Yeah, I might.
Now for entrees,
you know what I'm getting from my entree.
I know. I know you love to talk about it because it is served. The way it's served is very unique. You're getting the lasagna.
Oh yeah, dude, this is the best lasagna on property because it's so cool looking. It looks like a butterfly or something.
Honestly, that's what I wanted, but to be like different from you, like because like I don't know if I told you about my brother. When you go out to dinner with my brother, he has to order last because he wants to make sure he doesn't order something that anyone else has ordered.
But does he get mad when people order what he wants?
No, he's got like 5 or 6 things like ready to go. Like he's kind of funny like that.
Oh man.
But not only are you going to do the lasagna, Mike, because there's sides you can get. Like you like to have bread on the table, right? I know we got the flatbread from the pizza, but you're going to also do a side of garlic bread as well, because like garlic bread and lasagna, like they have to go together. So you're going to do
and the side is where the thing was. It wasn't in the appetizers. It's in the sides. That garlic ball thing.
The arancini. Yep.
Yeah, the arancini. That I was looking for it in the appetizers, but it's in the sides. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Because that thing's good.
It's really good. Yeah. But I like the garlic bread too. I think maybe we could share the garlic bread. Maybe we each get like a half.
It'd be like a Lady and the Tramp situation. Exactly. Okay, so what's the best dessert? So I don't usually get dessert because I usually like to wait till later to get ice cream. Like I'm an ice cream dude right before bed kind of guy.
Well, look, you can get because that's what I was gonna get. I was gonna get the gelato for you because you like ice cream.
Yeah, that'd be good. So choice of milk chocolate, vanilla, pistachio, or something else. Yeah,
I think you would do chocolate maybe or vanilla.
Yeah, I'd probably go chocolate.
Yeah,
it's but tiramisu, man. That looks pretty good in the picture, though. Is that good?
That's what I would want. That's what I would want is the tiramisu.
All right, you pick a restaurant. Let's go somewhere else.
So we're going very romantic here, Mike.
Where we going?
I want to take you here just because I've never been.
Okay, that's good.
And I feel like, this could be a nice bros night, right? We are going to Disney Springs. We're going to dine at T-Rex for our romantic dinner.
Disney Springs. Let me find Disney Springs. You had to pick Disney Springs.
Oh boy, and this is quite the menu. Yeah. So while you're bowling that up,
you said T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Holy cow! Okay, here we go.
We're gonna be dining with the dinosaurs. It's gonna be a dinerific meal that we're gonna have here. And right off the bat, my appetizer, because this is a romantic episode, and it says for two. You and I are two people.
Dude, I know we're getting. I see it.
We're gonna do the Colosso beef nacho.
Here we are. Bring them.
I mean, I almost want to add the chili con queso too, but I know you want to order those nachos, and maybe you'll be kind enough to share with me. It looks just like straight up normal bar food nachos, right? You got the Monterey Jack, cheddar cheese, black beans, pico, chives, and sour cream. Those are nachos.
It's only $29. I mean, only $20.99, but it's for two people.
Right. I mean, you probably could order that. I mean, that would be more like your whole meal, though. You don't want to just have nachos, So yeah, I think it makes sense for us to do it to two. So I'm ordering that for your entree. I mean, your appetizer. I'm going to skip the soup and salads because we're going to be that's a pretty heavy entree. We're going to be pretty full.
Super heavy. Yeah.
And you might be ordering something for me too. I don't even know. We might get another one. But there's so many soups and salads here. This is a huge menu. I never really looked at it.
Yeah, because aren't they owned by the people that own Rainforest? Aren't they?
Yeah, it's huge, massive menu. Yeah. Okay. I love the names of these, so I'm gonna skip the burgers and sandwiches. I don't see you order burgers very often. I know you like them.
I do, but I just don't like to waste my time on stuff like that.
It would be fun to say to the server, and my friend would like a Megasaurus burger. I mean, that just rolls off the tongue so well, though. But I'm skipping that. I'm just looking here. I mean, it just goes on and on.
Man, holy cow, man. So many things.
But what I think I'm going to do for you, Mike, is under the carnivore section of the menu. By the way, this menu is kind of fun when you actually look at it.
These names are unreal.
Yeah. I'm going with the Boneyard Buffet for you. Because it's a little sampler. And I know you like samplers. You do like to do that at a 50s prime time. You get a sampler, where you get the meatloaf and the chicken and all that. But here you're going to get a roasted rotisserie chicken, slow roasted St. Louis barbecue ribs, which I know you like, even though you're from St. Louis, but I know you like those ribs.
Ribs. Yeah.
And there's going to be some seasoned fries. And I listened to an old podcast episode because, I fall behind sometimes, and I like to listen to the ones I'm not on. You talked about how your grandma had to put coleslaw on your pulled pork or something, and
Yeah, pulled pork sandwiches in St. Louis. You got to put coleslaw on it.
Yeah, that's what you said. So you said you love your coleslaw. So this does not have coleslaw. I mean, does not have pork, but the ribs are pretty close enough, I would say. So, and it comes with the coleslaw. So I feel like this is a Mike Roman specialty meal here, and it's called the Boneyard Buffet. I mean, that's just a cool name,
dude. I'm going here.
I'm right, aren't you?
I'm getting ADR for this place, dude. This is speaking my love.
But you see, what else? I mean, you got a pot pie. Where can you get a pot pie at Disney? I feel like that doesn't happen.
And right above that, look at this. I mean, the meteor meatloaf, homemade meatloaf, barbecue sauce, red skinned mashed potatoes, seasonal vegetables, and fried onion strings. Holy cow!
While you're getting entertainment by dinosaurs.
Oh God, I know. Dude, who does not like dinosaurs? Why is this place not more popular? It is popular.
It is popular. Yeah, it is.
Nobody ever talks about it. But
no one ever does. That's why I pulled it. I've never looked at this menu before in my life. I thought it'd be a fun joke thing to bring it up, but it's got some interesting options here. It's a pretty big menu.
Dude, Scott.
We'll save the dessert for last.
Real quick though, we've done 2,436 shows. We've done about 2,500 shows plus. Yeah. I don't think we've ever talked about T-Rex. Dude, I'm so glad you brought this up. This place is unbelievable. Dude, it's only 20. I mean, I know it's all relative, but it's only $26 for that thing. That's meatloaf with potatoes, vegetables, and onion rings. Come on.
And I almost said to this. I almost ordered for you the fish and chips. So I was like, my man will go to the UK pavilion at some point on this trip and get them there. So I passed on the fish and chips. We'll talk about dessert later. I want to know what you're ordering for me.
Yeah, I know. I'm stuck on that. So okay, so let me look here. So man, you're right, man. This place has got some good stuff. Now, here's the question though. Like what it's popular because kids like dinosaurs, right? Well, I wonder what the quality of the food is.
It's not going to be the best because we have a rainforest actually like an hour and a half from our house. So I've never been to the rainforest at Walt Disney World. And I know it's a T-Rex, but they're very similar. And the menu's not the best. You're really paying for like that atmosphere that we talked about earlier on in the episode. Now, I'm not saying this is the most romantic atmosphere, the T-Rex, but I don't think the food quality is going to be as great, but it's an option. And honestly, like compared to other restaurants at Walt Disney World, it seems to be on par price wise, so you're kind of paying the premium for the dinosaurs, I feel like.
I think, but I mean, I've been in, I did go in here when this was forever ago, when they had the rededication of Disney Spring, when they opened the section where Sprinkles is. What's that called? The Centertown or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Centertown sounds about right. Yeah.
Like they sent us on a scavenger hunt before it was open one morning, and you got to go in and get little trinkets from all the places. They sent us in T-Rex. I'd never been in there. We didn't get to eat anything, but you got to like tour the place. And I was like, this place is super cool. But I've never eaten here. But I do now.
Now you got to.
I've never looked at the menu. This place. Okay, so here's what I think.
You got to be there on 60 days because we were talking about this place does book fast. So I know you make your ADRs like maybe like a day or two before. You got to look at it before your cruise this summer. Maybe you got to look at this.
So we're just going to, I know breaking news, like we're getting ready. We started planning out our cruise, like our port adventures and stuff. Cause it's coming up and like we're 140 days out, I think, from our cruise. And, man, this is going to be fun. Like cause I've never been to these islands. We're going to rent some Jeeps and do some like canopy tour, like zip lining and stuff. But, we're just going to go down one night before, like, stay on property, not go to the parks. Maybe this is the place.
Go to T-Rex.
This is it. I think this is it. I think this is what we're going to do.
But I'm hungry, Mike. What am I ordering? What are you going to get?
I know. Back to this. Okay. So, because it's going to be probably our last restaurant because we already just flew through. Here's what this is not something I think that you picked out, but I think you would enjoy this for an appetizer besides our nachos for two, which I think we'll pay for later, but it'd be good. Roasted chicken Alfredo flatbread. Doesn't that sound good? That sounds unusual, but it sounds awesome, right? I mean, it's like a little Italian, but I mean, it's got like chicken Alfredo flatbread. That sounds good.
Sounds great to me. I mean, Alfredo sauce, which could be sketchy at a place like T-Rex, not going to lie.
I didn't think of that.
Like it's probably coming out of a jar somewhere. But like you got the roasted chicken, the spinach, cherry tomatoes, on a nice little piece of bread, it sounds good. And we already did the nachos, so we need something a little different. Like the chili con queso sounded good, but I like that, Mike. I will accept that order for my appetizer.
Man, I don't this. It's so here's my dilemma though, because you got to place what is T-Rex Cafe because they have pastas. Is it a pasta restaurant? It's not an Italian restaurant. It's a I mean,
it's a dinosaur restaurant. It's Applebee's. It's a dinosaur Applebee's, Mike.
So it's not a pasta restaurant. It's not Italian. Is it a seafood restaurant? I don't think so. Like,
don't you love the names like the prehistoric pasta?
I do. Like the tar pit fried shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Meso Bones is a great one.
The Sunset Isle salmon. Like I don't know, like what. I mean, the burgers all have great names. Like, do you go? And that's my thing. Like, where do I go with this?
I don't know if you got to the enhancements. You can add on a Jurassic salad or a small Caesarsaurus salad. Is this like Jungle Cruise of dinosaurs over here? Like with these puns? Like, I just love this menu. The names.
So I'm either gonna go with you and get you. God, I don't know, man, because you got me something super good. Here's what I'm going to get you because I think this is one of the best. Ale and Compass has one of these that's awesome, and I think maybe this could be a sleeper hit. T-Rex, the pot roast pot pie.
Oh, okay.
This
Okay.
to me sounds kind of good, and it's a little bit off the radar here. So slow cooked pot roast, roasted carrots, celery, mushrooms, and onions, red skinned mashed potatoes, rich brown gravy topped with a crusted biscuit.
Okay. That
That's
could be
more
good.
heavy. Now, dude, now if we have that with the nachos and that flatbread, we're dead.
I
Like,
mean,
dude,
we're dead. And you're eating like ribs and like,
we're dead. I mean,
yeah.
call the medics. I mean,
That's a unique item. I'm glad you went with that. I mean, it might not be something I would normally seek out and order, but I'm not going to tell you like, no, Mike, I don't want that. Like I'm intrigued by the pot roast pot pie. That'd be good. This menu is unbelievable, isn't it? It's so funny.
There's one other thing that, so say there were a lot of us there, not just us. Like we bring some buds. The Super Saurus sampler for 4. Did you see that at the top?
I mean, we probably could have done that.
We could totally. So marathon weekend, we do this right before we like sketch out. We run the dopey. We're gonna leave. We're gonna head to Disneyland in a couple weeks. Check this out: cheesy skillet meatballs, Nashville hot boneless wings, chili con queso, caprese flatbread, and mozzarella sticks. Oh,
you can add some St. Louis ribs if you want at an extra charge
for $12 more.
That's the whole meal. I mean, we could have just gone and gotten that and a dessert.
Get that and throw in the pot pie, the pot roast pot pie, dude. You're done. You're so done. But this place, and then go down to Splitsville and get a pizza and bowl a couple games, and you're just done. I mean, that's it. I mean,
are you going to go with the tropical painkiller as your drink?
Is that what they got? I didn't even look at it.
I mean, the cocktails are something too.
Tropical painkiller. That's
what
I would need.
I like my old fashions, Mike.
Yeah, you need the prehistoric.
I'm going to go with the prehistoric fashion.
That's exactly what I saw. Totally. You totally need that. Agave nectar. Yeah.
That's why these episodes are fun. Like you said, we never really talked about T-Rex on here. You've done 2,500 episodes, you said. And here we are. We just like dissected the T-Rex and is this romantic episode?
I think I'm going to get the Nata Rita. Nata Rita. But that's cool. Man.
Lava flow, caveman punch.
Yeah.
Whoever someone had fun creating these.
I think it's the tropical painkiller though for $13. I'd have to get.
There you go.
They get available in a souvenir glass for 16.
Yeah,
extra. Anyway, that's
fun.
That is this romantic for 2024. The ladies weren't here, so that's the best we could do. It's Valentine's Day. We took each other out to eat to a couple cool places.
There we go.
We had an Italian place. We went to a place with dinosaurs
and ribs and everything you could ever think of.
Nachos.
We didn't even look at the burger. I'm sure the Megasaurus burger, whatever it is, I'm sure it's great.
Oh, I'm sure anything. I mean, that's a good thing about T-Rex, dude. Anything you get at this place is probably mediocre and just greasy and good.
Yeah.
It's probably like bowling alley food, which I mean, if you go to a bowling alley, you can't really go wrong.
There you go. I mean, we had a question about Splitsville with the romantic. So yeah. So there we go.
So good. All right. So we are going to be back. Listener questions coming your way on Friday. Hope you have a great Valentine's Day. So stay tuned for that. Also, breaking news. Don't forget, I forgot to say this at the top of the show. We're going to have a live call-in show tomorrow night, Thursday. That would be February 15th. Because we didn't have one on Sunday night. Obviously, we had the Super Bowl. And what we're going to do is I don't have a trip report show for Monday because obviously we record those on Wednesday nights. And this Wednesday night tonight, obviously, is Valentine's Day. And I didn't want to ask anybody to record a trip report on Valentine's Day because that's kind of mean. So we're going to do a call-in show tomorrow night, Thursday night. So give us a call. We could talk about all the news of the week. We could talk about whatever you want, mini trip reports. We'll put that out on Monday for the podcast feed and just have a little bit of different kind of kickoff to the week next week. So join me tomorrow night. All the places. I think Scott's going to join us as well, just like we do on Sunday nights. But it'll be tomorrow night, Thursday night, 7:00 Eastern, 6:00 Central. All the places. Give us a call. We'll talk Disney for an hour. So join us for that. All right. Don't forget the show's brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. You know the details. We'd love to help you plan a great Disney vacation. Just swing by the website over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link, beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our patrons who make all these shows possible over at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. And you can become a patron, just $5 a month, and you'll get that bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. A little bit of talking this week about the Super Bowl, some of the commercials, and lessons learned during the Super Bowl, and a couple other things. Just it's a fun show. We just talk about what's going on this week behind the scenes here at the show. Don't forget, you can give Scott a follow at Epscott, EPSCOT. I'm at Be Our Guest Mike, and we'd love to talk to you. And of course, we'll talk to you tomorrow night for the live call-in show. Please, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you for that too. All right, we're going to be back again tomorrow night. We'll be back again on Friday with listener questions. We love talking to you, so join us for that. So until then, for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a happy Valentine's Day. We love having you as a listener. We love having you as a friend. So thank you for that. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy Valentine's Day. Save that real quick. Oh man, dude, now I'm starving.
I know.
It actually all sounded good.
I know, yeah. I mean, I don't know how it's gonna taste, but
I'd take a chance.
That menu is cracking me up. I never had looked at that menu before.
A pot roast pot pie. That actually sounds super good. Pot roast.
Everything is like add-on spare ribs to anything. So they must go through a lot of ribs.
They must really want to sell those suckers.
See, pasta is something. I'm glad you didn't go with pasta. That would make me nervous here a little bit. But
yeah, I don't know. Like in seafood too, the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to reset this.
I actually don't have like tacos or something here.
I know. I agree. Because they have nachos, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me reset this. I'll send you a new link because that way I can reset the
okay
Instagram.
Sounds good.
All right.
See you.
Right back.